Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Facebook just brought it up to me, one of the wrestling pages I follow on Facebook. Just brought it up that it's Raw's 23rd birthday today. And as someone who's watched a decent amount of Raws, I haven't reviewed every single Raw I watched, and I apologize for that. I had a really bad end to 2015, and I'm finally just starting to feel 100% better with my life. I'm not 100% better yet, but I'm getting there. I'm still out of work, and I'm still having some emotion issues. My depression comes and goes. But, I'm feeling better now, and I'm thinking that it's 2016. I've been watching a lot. My New Year's Revolution, sure. Great pay-per-view. Check out the 06 installment. It's on the network for $9.99, guys. Cheap plug. Anyway, my New Year's resolution for 2016 was to, first of all, be more positive. Take life as it is, because it's the only life we have. And if you're going to do it, you're going to do it right. And the other part of my resolution, trying to say revolution again. I need to watch those pay-per-views again. I watch them every year. They're great. There's like 3 installments, 05, 06, and 07. And then they ended that when they ended the dual pay-per-views. No, the brand exclusive pay-per-views. Excuse me. And watch my other New Year's resolution. I'm not going to do that again, I promise. Was to watch more wrestling. Which, this week I watched SmackDown for the first time in years. And that was actually decent. I watched TNA Impact this week for the first time in years, and I enjoyed that. I watched Wrestle Kingdom 10, which I watched Wrestle Kingdom 9 last year, but that's just one thing, and I watched Wrestle Kingdom 10 this year, and I plan to follow New Japan, or I don't even know, is that New Japan? I think it's New Japan. I plan to follow them more, along with Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground, which I fell in love with last year. I plan to catch up on more of those, and not just be that guy that'll watch an occasional Raw, NXT, and a pay-per-view. I want to expand my horizons, because I know that I have friends on Twitter that only like one certain thing, and then I have friends on Twitter that like another thing, and then there's people that like everything. And I want to be one of those people that can connect with more than one thing. Excuse me. Yes, it's January. Yes, it's 23 degrees outside. Yes, I'm drinking an iced coffee. I live in New England. Anyway, so the point of my video today was Raw's 23 years old today. And I just want to share some of my favorite memories and matches from the past 23 years of Raw. First of all, my favorite Raw match of all time. It came the final Raw of 2003. Shawn Michaels challenged Triple H for the World Heavyweight title. And an amazing match that, it's on Shawn's Heartbreak and Triumph DVD, I believe. I believe that's the DVD it's on. I know I've seen it on a DVD. I think it's that one. That's a pretty decent match. It's really, really good. And then, of course, John Cena's Open Challenges, which, God, you can just check out any of those. Specifically, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Neville. They're beautiful. John Cena this year, and actually he's featured prominently on this list, but John Cena this year, 2015, last year technically, alone, his best calendar year to date since coming up in 2002. And you guys can hate on John Cena all you want. Say that he steals spotlight, that he buries talent, that he doesn't go away. But the guy's still putting on decent matches. And he gave younger talent Sami Zayn, Neville, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Stardust. He gave that newer, younger talent. I mean, they're all indie darlings, minus Stardust, who's been in the company since 2007. But they're all indie darlings who have been on the independent scene for like a decade. Sure. But, yeah, he made Raw enjoyable this year, especially when there was a lot of times that Raw seemed to drag for those 3 hours. John Cena's Open Challenge was something I looked forward to every single week. I couldn't wait to see who was going to answer the challenge because I knew the matches were going to be phenomenal. Let's see. Speaking of John Cena, his match with CM Punk on the February 25th, 2013 edition of Raw is one of my favorites of all time. Not just Raw-wise, but in general. I loved everything about the Punk-Cena feud. And their final match on the last Raw of February of 2013 to decide who is going to face The Rock at WrestleMania for the WWE title was beautiful. Everything about that match was just amazing. And you want to talk about another good John Cena match from Raw? Look no further than his match with Shawn Michaels from I can't remember the date off the top of my head. It was the Raw before Backlash 2007. He fought Shawn Michaels in London for 53 minutes on a beautiful Raw main event that Cena ended up losing to Michaels. And it was just 53 minutes seems like a long time for a match. Really, it does. 53 minutes seems like a long time for an episode of Raw sometimes. But they fought for 53 minutes straight and tore the house down. That match was just amazing sequence after amazing sequence, high spot after high spot. Everything. It was just beautiful. Let's see. Other great Raw matches. And I mean, this one's a personal favorite for me. And I mean, it's kind of looked upon as, I don't think anybody ever remembers that the match happened. Somebody who might remember that the match happened because he's into this sort of thing. John at Reborn Again here on Twitter. REBOURNE again. It was, I'm trying to remember the exact participants. It was a 2-on-3 handicap match. And it was whoever won I know it took place in 2007. Whoever won the match won a title. It was, I know Shelton Benjamin and Triple H and Johnny Nitro were all involved in the match. God, I can't remember the participants off the top of my head. Oh, John Cena was in it too. I believe it was John Cena, Shelton Benjamin, and somebody else. I can't remember the third guy. Versus Triple H and Johnny Nitro, I want to say. Carlito might have been involved. I'm blanking, but I know I love the finish because what happened was Nitro went for the pin on, or no, Shelton Benjamin went for the pin on Nitro right 1 second before Triple H went on the pin on Cena. And I was a huge Triple H mark at the time. And I got excited because I thought Triple H had won the WWE title from John Cena. And then Justin Roberts, or it might have been Lillian Garcia at the time, it was 2007, announced that Shelton Benjamin was the winner of the match and had won the Intercontinental title. And as much as that aggravated me, I'm like, that's pretty awesome. That's a great concept. They should use that more. Let's see. Other matches that I enjoyed from Raw. John Cena. Wow, I already went through that one. Excuse me. Let's see. There was a great ladder match, a few great ladder matches, but specifically RVD versus Eddie Guerrero for the Intercontinental title, right after Eddie Guerrero came back in 2002. Really stole the show. Oh, another great ladder match, even better than the one I just mentioned. Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy for the WWE title back in 2002. God, 2002 was my favorite ever year for WWE. And those two matches are just one of the examples why. They also had great big 4 pay-per-views. Oh God, I will do a complete different video on how much I loved 2002 for WWE, just because I'm thinking about it now and I'm getting giddy just thinking about it. Anyway, 2002 was a beautiful year. So, yeah, that was a great year. Let's see. There was also was it a ladder match? There was a match between Jeff and Johnny Nitro from 2007. Can't remember if it was a ladder match or if the ladder match happened on a pay-per-view. But I loved the match. I was a fan of Jeff Hardy still at the time. I didn't stop hating Jeff Hardy. I didn't start hating Jeff Hardy till like 2009 sometime, when I was getting tired of him being in the main event picture. But God, that match was great. Let's see. Other personal favorite matches of mine. The Loser Leaves the Brand match, or the Loser Leaves Town match between Perfect and Flair from 1993. Check that out. It's on the WWE Network, which I reviewed. That specific Raw. I've reviewed a few of the first Raws. Cheap plug. I may go back to those at some time. Let's see. There was also 1-2-3 Kid versus Bret Hart for the WWF title. Another beautiful match. Check that out. It's on the network. And I reviewed that on my Raw reviews. Cheap plug. Okay, let's go into some of my favorite Raw moments of all time. Not matches, but more specifically moments. Let's see, what do I have written down here? I have the Edge and Lita's live sex show. the highest rated segment in Raw history. And I'm not saying that because I'm a perv, I promise. I'm saying that because it was one of the first segments I remember getting really, really excited for as a 14-year-old boy. 12-year-old boy? Wow. Anyway, that happened a lot. Anyway, I was 12 at the time, and I got really excited because sex on TV, but, you know, we all know it wasn't really sex, and we know what happened, but let's see. Any of the Rock concerts, specifically the first one and the John Cena one, were both huge highlights for me. Speaking of highlights, the highlight reel. That's great show. Specifically, my favorite highlight reel episodes One of them happened on SmackDown, so I can't really mention. No, it happened on Raw. The one where Shawn Michaels' head went through the Geratron 5000. And my other favorite is the one where John Cena got drafted to Raw in 2005. And Christian was on the show, and Tyson Tomko was on the show. Oh, that was a great episode. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on for too long. This video's already gone on for like 15 minutes, and I don't want to go past 20. So I'm just going to try and wrap this up. Yeah. Raw has been around for 23 years. That's crazy. The longest running weekly episodic television show in history. No matter what, they aired it. They'd find a way to air it every week. Whether there be a death in WWE, which I don't want to talk about because I don't want to break down. I've already had a hard enough year. Whether there be a death in WWE, whether they have to postpone Raw for the U.S. Open tennis thing, not John Cena's challenges. Whether they have to air on a tape delay because they're in England. They found a way